This video will cover advanced camera controls in Second Life. Now the last video we covered was basic camera controls, and that was brought up with our camera controls under our view menu. This allowed us to rotate left and right, up and down, to zoom in and out, as well as pan left and right and up and down. Now there's some more advanced camera controls that we can do with just a few keystrokes that will greatly improve your Second Life experience. Okay, the modifier key that we're going to use is the Alt key on your keyboard. When you hold down the Alt key, your cursor will then turn to a magnifying glass. You can see my center of my screen. Now wherever I click on my screen with this Alt key magnifying glass, it now will turn into it'll center my view wherever I click. Now if we also click with our Alt key held down and push forward on our mouse, we actually will zoom into that object or that area. Again, I'm holding down my Alt key and I'm pushing forward and back my mouse. I can move left and right, and that'll move me side to side. Now there's another modifier key that we can do to allow us to look around even more, which is as we're holding down our Alt key, we also hold down the Control key. So I'm holding down Alt and Control, and that's allowing me to rotate left and right, up and down, and if I let off of my Control key and pull back, now I can zoom in and out. So if I want to look at this sign over here, same thing, I just Alt click on it, that centers it. I'm still holding down my mouse button. Now I will push forward to zoom in on it. Now I can read it, and I can look around it. By holding down my Control key, now I'm rotating around. If I let off my Control key, pull back with the Alt key, I can also throw down Alt, Control, and Shift, and this allows me to pan left and right. If you're looking at a big sign or something, you want to zoom in close to it, this is how you could pan left and right and up and down. I'll let off my Shift key, I'm back to Alt and Control, that takes me back to my rotate. I let off the Control key and now I'm back to Alt, and I can pull in and out. Now by default, you can only look so far using that technique. I can only zoom out so far with that technique. So if I Alt zoom, I'm rotating around, I can see my character way back there. Let's zoom into my character. Alt push forward. I'm going to click on my face to center it on that. And now I'm going to use Control to rotate around. So my pivot point is now on my head, and I Alt Control to rotate around that. Let off Control, go back to Alt so I can zoom out. And let's see how far we can go back. Alt, went through a building there. Alt click again. Alt click again. I keep going, running to the, it has a set distance that it will go. But if you know, I'm just going back and back. Now I've gone so far now, I'm across the sim, and I haven't been over here yet, so the rest of this world hasn't rendered over here. But you might be wondering how I've gotten so far away. And that's by going to your advanced camera controls, your advanced menu option, debugging menu, which is keystroke Control-Alt-D on your keyboard. You'll notice that it brings up two extra menus here, client and server. Control-Alt-D, client and server. On our client menu, we have the option to disable camera constraints. And when we disable camera constraints, we now can move great distances just by holding our Alt key and pulling back. There was Alt and Control. You will have to grab a new byte every now and then, so you have to click on a new object, and then from that point you can go even farther back. Click on a new object, go further back. And the more you click, the farther you can zoom out across the whole sim if you want to. Easy way to get back to your character is just move. Press left or right or up and down on your keyboard, and it will snap back to your character. Now these keystrokes work using your Alt modifier key as long as you're on an object or the ground. So if I'm in the water or I am trying to Alt click up here in the air, there's nothing to click on, therefore I can't zoom in or out. It has to be on an object, and it also depends on how far the object is away. If you see this lamppost with this banner on it, it's too far away for me to Alt click on. However, right here in front of me, I can Alt click, and now I'm on the center of this ground. If I want to zoom in even more, I can Alt click on something else, zoom in on it, hold down my Control key to pan around, Alt click to pull back out. want to go inside this club here. This is a great way to get inside of buildings without having to walk to the building.